Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. I thought I'd do a fun love reading, like what is showing up in your love life, your next romantic chapter in your life. What is happening? What are they like? All of that. And if you're in a relationship or just beginning one, there's like little things you can do to strengthen it. I hope you guys remember, making beautiful romantic gestures. Small things can have a big impact on your relationship. Just getting up 5 minutes early to make them coffee as well before you leave. Asking them if the temperature of the room is nice, if you want the AC on. Thoughtful things, right, that remind us and them that we care about each other. Doing a little chore for them. I know a lot of earth signs are there. Some of their love gestures are definitely through acts of service. They love to provide little things, like they'll clean up, they'll change the oil in your car, they will take care of paperwork, and it's really, really sweet. And also, most importantly, you guys, show appreciation and turn off those electronics and those phones and computers when they're in the room, and pay attention to them and show appreciation for the fact that they're there. Gratitude is good for us, it's good for our relationships, and it helps us move forward in the right way. So here's our choices. We have number 1 is blossoming, number 2 is romance, and number 3 is companionship. So I'm going to let you make a choice, and I'm going to have a little sip of my beverage. And have my diet Sprite. I love it. No, I hope you guys like my new rings. I did 2 citrines, and I wanted to do kind of a flower looking almost design because I thought it was pretty, with a pretty good size chunky stone. So I'll put these in my shop. Actually, there'll only be one because I made one for a client that asked me to make her a nice protective ring. And these are so joyful and protective citrines that after I made one, I wanted to make another one too, because it just turned out so beautifully. And I really just enjoyed how it looked, because usually I only make one of a kind. And then if you guys ever see something in my shop that you like and it's no longer there, I can remake it for you. So that's just me made to order, so sometimes it takes an extra week or two, so it's no big whoop. So if you see something that disappears, I'm making this stuff so I can remake it. Okay, so we're going to start with number 1, which is blossoming. Let's see what's going on with this individual. And remember, you guys, in healthy relationships, we need trust, accountability, safety, honesty, support, cooperation, all of those things, win-win resolutions to any kind of conflict that comes up. So let's see, first I want to get some personal details like I do in my soulmate, and see if we can get some initials, and we'll see what's going on. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to remove the second 2, so it's all about that particular card. So we have G and D, or D and G can be one of their things. So David, Donna, George, that can be initials. Very cool. And I want to see what they're going to help you with in your life. And one of the first things you think of them as well, or whatever else comes in. So kindness, very important. And venture. So I feel like this person has to do with a business venture. I always adventure and venture are different to me, and that venture is usually something that you go forward on together, a project or something. So this could be someone you're working with on a school project or venture. This is someone in a business venture, someone you're partnering up with. You may be going like into their company to purchase some of their services, and you're on this venture together, so it could be through that way. But what will strike you first about this individual is their kindness. I feel like they'll have amazing manners, someone who would open the door for somebody who really listens when you're talking, somebody who makes beautiful, sweet gestures. They show appreciation for the fact you're in this world, whatever it is. If they could be going out to get lunch, say, hey, would you like me to get you lunch also? What do you like to eat? Somebody that is thoughtful, and they take this beautiful approach to things where they're mindful and they're caring, because some people get a little absent-minded and they get on their little rat race that is life at times, and they forget. And I think one of the most important things that we can do for each other and to nurture relationships is to remember there are other people on this planet with us. We hold doors for them. In fact, I feel like it is a sweet, kind gesture that really just gets your attention of them in the first place, for sure. So let's see. They have choices and options, and they think you have choices and options. And one of the reasons Oh, that's really sweet. And that's how they see you, as this beautiful, trusting, loving person that believes in divine presence, that believes that you are supported, that believes in the good things. The Fool always is almost like that childlike behavior that, I feel like good things are going on in the world. I feel like I love to stop and smell the roses, all of that, looking up the sky, seeing shapes in the clouds, all of these things. They see you as this beautiful young spirit that embraces life, as opposed to someone who feels like it's a slog, it's a chore. Like, you look forward to things, you get excited about little things, and they love that. Like, you just are jazzed out about quality things and the way textiles, tactile, how things feel. Things that invigorate your five senses. You like color, like they're completely drawn to that about you. And this is something that draws you to them, and vice versa. They automatically assume you have all these love choices because you're very vibrant, you're very outgoing and exceptional to them. Like, they just find you really magnificent. And the fact that you're even taking the time for them is interesting. I feel like they're funny too. Like, they love how kids always have funny, interesting, and weird things to say. They get excited when they find something they lose. Seeing pretty rainbows, beauties in the moon and the stars, all the little things that you look forward to and find special as well. It's like they're tapped into that energy, and I feel like it's one of those things that they're like, me too. I really feel like that, and it's special. Lovely balance and charismatic match up here too, because they have a lot of this energy. Now, here's the thing with you intuitively with this person. Right away, they're a good person. You know that that you manifested them in this particular like zone to be in, because oftentimes, don't we, sometimes it's like you can meet somebody but you don't tune into them because that vibration and that frequency doesn't grab you, right? It doesn't grab those heartstrings and go, pay attention. This particular person, it does. They're like, hey, let's get here. Let's pay attention to what this person is saying and doing. They have beauty. They have this beautiful power about them, this peace, this nurturance, this kind of love abundance and everything. And it's very magnified. And because you feel this, you feel happy around them. It really resonates with you. It really, it's like encompassing, and it really makes you pay attention. And you also have a part and portion of you that lets you know that this person does have this beautiful kind of willingness to tap into spirituality and tap into this. It's people that are afraid of what others think of them, that don't say what they really mean, but this person absolutely says what they mean, what they value, what life choices they've made, what like what gives them guidance in their life. And you like that. It opens up great dialogue for you. And there's no illusions about this person. They are 100% authentic, and that's what you crave. You crave this person that's like supremely well-rounded like this, and they absolutely are group one. So beautiful energy. Yeah, and I feel like you wouldn't accept anything less at this stage, because you know what you want, and that's what you're moving towards. You want that young spirit that is happy and full of faith and purpose, and they believe in renewal, and all of that. And you're gonna be making new plans. All of this too is like new choices and fun things to do with them as well, on top of all of that. Yeah, again, I find, and if you read a lot of quotes, or you listen to people that say, oh, what did you find interesting about them, or what first garnered your attention, in most cases it is that they were a kind person. Watch how they treat others and strangers, because eventually that's it's funny, that's how they start treating us. Because when people aren't kind, familiarity will start to breed contempt, and if they're not a nice person, that's how they'll start to act about things as well. So G and D and D and G. Okay, beautiful. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. And if you'd like a private read, all my links are down there too. If you want to go to my Etsy store, it's Sparkrist. And come over to Instagram too, it's Sparkrist11. We do fun contests, daily posts and memes, and a lot of really unique stuff over there. And I want to thank you guys for participating and all your comments and everything. You guys are amazing. So I'm really loving that. Now of course I forgot which order I had these in. I was pretty sure that this was coming next. So we're going to go on to romance. So it doesn't really matter the order as long as this is your card and you have your correct card. And I feel like a lot of you guys probably chose romance as well. So let's see what is going on. First we'll get some initials. Let's see what's happening. We have L and M. So M and L. And remember, you guys, this is for a collective. So, of course, this isn't going to be every last little detail. And I want to pull a... Yeah, alchemy. It's one of those things where kaboom. So this is more of like a soulmate connection where it's unmistakable, it's undeniable. You're just like, whoo, you're kind of guided to them and vice versa. And, you know, everything comes into this beautiful completion, integration. You feel, you know, it's time to celebrate and you feel fulfilled. And again, you guys, they are moving into an area of their life with this where they're feeling like they're reaching achievements. They feel like victories in their life, success, all of this self-confidence, praise and awards, and all these things are taking place. It's a very Six of Wands moment for them because they're at a really high vibration and a high frequency is what draws you to them. And I feel like, you know, the universe brings people together at the right time. They don't want one person to have to be the caretaker, one person to be secure while the other is insecure, right? Because that would lead to all kinds of mishaps and jealousy and all that. And the universe wants this equal footing, you know, that equal attention and love. But this is going to be a great time for you because you're going to be in this place of, you know, exploration, and you're going to be inspired. You're going to have great ideas, and you're really going to feel this cheerful kid at heart energy where you're happy to go places and discover things. So we have the Five of Swords too. Yeah, you're leaving this conflicted state. Yeah, your messages are coming in. Okay, you see all these fives. This is interesting too. So I feel like this is, for a lot of you guys, this is arriving quite quickly. And these are the things we need to avoid. 5 cards are definitely avoidant cards. We're trying to stay away from those because that can be conflict. But this is where I feel like you're moving away from. You're moving away from always having to over-explain yourself or your point of view or what you want or where you're going or what you like. You know, you kind of felt like that for a while with your family, with your friends, and you're like, why do I feel like I'm always explaining? And it gets you in a defensive mode. So you don't want to be around anybody like that. So then, boom, in comes this beautiful kind of signal and message from somebody that's very earthy and grounded with this pentacle. You don't feel like you're being challenged. You don't feel like there's competition with them. You don't feel like you either need to maintain control or, you know, resisting things or anything. You know, all of that is letting go, and you feel like you're looking to the future with progress and happiness whenever you're in a discussion with this person. So it's very quick that you realize that there's high compatibility, and, you know, and then you feel good. You feel like optimism is everywhere when you're having conversations, new opportunities, inspired action. You feel free to be impulsive. You have new kind of energy. And when we're with the right people, they provide that kind of energy pack for us. They provide that sense of direction. We get happy. We get uplifted. We get a sense of, you know, the world is good because this is one of the keywords too, serenity. You have a peace of mind and you feel solid around them. And also I feel like we're gonna pull a couple cards on their personality too. This 5 of Pentacles is saying just be careful not to have lack mentality when it comes to abundance, which can be love, can be whatever it is for you. So you have to, you know, like you hear those people that run on, oh, all the good ones are taken. Oh, I'll never find anybody. You have to be careful what you say. Words have an energy. So, you know, just know my person is coming. This individual is, you know, there is a special individual out there for me. We don't have to overthink this. We don't have to have sleepless nights over it and worrying it, because when we have worry, fear, and lack mentality, it creates blockages and it stops it from coming. And I feel like that's what used to happen to you in the past, and you realize that type of energy, and you no longer want to produce that. So it's like, let me see, okay, these relationships didn't work out, but I'm turning to what is happening. And also because you have 3 5s, I feel like that's your special number. 555, definitely your angel number, and that's also going to be, you know, very synergistic for you. So keep your eye out for that. And I feel like that 5 months might be the time when your special someone comes in, because this 5 just keeps showing up, and it's not indicative of your mindset, because you don't want to be conflicted. You don't want to have doubts. You don't want to cry over spilt milk. You want to know what vessels are full, where, you know, that beautiful kind of resilience and I know there's a person out there for me. And here's the thing that rectifies this: balance and moderation in things, not being extreme and also not being perfectionistic. You know, they have to have all this and look great on paper and be this and that, and you know, but what it is it's a feeling. You know, we are attracted to people sometimes initially, yes, over looks and you know how they look physically and all of that, but mostly 100% right after that, it is energy, how they make you feel. You know, is it a natural, high compatible kind of energy, or do you feel like you have to constantly work? A lot of people face this in the very beginning of relationships. They want to seem interesting and have the conversation flow. They don't like, you know, quiet silences, because they equate that with non-compatibility, and it's simply not true. When you can be quiet and just be in existence with somebody that's close by you, that is compatibility, but you have to be comfortable with that silence. But we're kind of trained to constantly be talking, but when we're doing that, we really can't take everything in, the person's gestures, their expressions, all of that. So it's you feeling comfortable and slowing that down and not always having to go tickety-boo 100 miles an hour. And I feel like you're going to be in a very progressive station in life. You're going to be making forward leaps where you don't feel burdened anymore. You don't have all this crazy extra responsibilities. No more overloaded work. This is like exploration time where you feel inspired and you feel free to chase your ideas and you feel good and you feel like you're accomplishing things. So you feel in a good headspace and you feel, you know, your self-confidence is up. And this particular person will definitely bring that out in you too. They will bring out, you know, the curious in you, the fun person, the person that you actually like seeing in the mirror, the person that's happy and smiling, and you know, realize there's no need for, you know, you want energy, adventure and all of that, and you take inspired action, you know, you're nearly there. So you're not resisting this anymore, and you definitely don't feel conflicted anymore. You know, you're not juggling too many things. You don't have too many multiple priorities. You have a healthy balance. So you feel good. You feel, you know, ready to master some new skill developments and really connect with somebody on a new level. And they're very supportive of you, and I feel like they're going to be excellent listeners, which helps you, because I feel sometimes you're in a mix of people where they're doing a lot of talking, but they're not necessarily asking you a lot of questions about where you're going and what you want to do, where this unique individual is definitely doing that for you. And I see with I see a lot of earth in their chart too, with all these pentacles, which is great. They're very grounded and solid, and you know, they're able to advise you and be there for you and support you and make you feel good on your journey. And that's important, you know, how we feel in the company of someone. And when they help you feel serene, that's fantastic. And that's exactly what you need at this juncture in life. So I'm very excited for you, group 2. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you guys need a private read or anything else, everything is down there. Come see me on Instagram too. I do daily posts and memes and have fun contests and everything, and I would be happy to, and you know, I always encourage people too, if you have an issue, if you have a question about anything, crystals, or you're starting to read or whatever, to DM me, and whenever I have time, I go and I answer your questions over there, because I love being able to, you know, connect and chat with you guys. So anything else, private reads, Etsy store, all the links are down below. So love and light to you guys. Now we're on to group number 3, which is companionship. And this is what a lot of people really desire in life. Somebody to go on fun little journeys, somebody, teamwork, collaborations, you know, people helping you out, feeling like, you know, you can come home and share your day, or, you know, share ideas, have somebody to bounce things off, go for a walk with. It's the simple things, you know, just having that other person and feeling like you have support too, right? You know, a lovely kind of structure, and also someone to encourage you, because sometimes we lose that kind of juice, right, to do what's best for ourselves. And I have to say, in my personal life right now, like, Ian is fantastic when he sets his mind to things like a good diet, and we've all been eating better because of him, where I always if I'm out, I'll go to the length where I'm starving, and it's the next thing that I have drive through I'm going through, and then, you know, we're all eating junk food for days and days and days, where he's just like, no, you have to go out and shop for this and be prepared and fill the fridge with fruits and veg, and then we eat that. And that's exactly what we've been doing. So this type of structure, and they help you, and you know, they help put the right kind of determination under your hat to do what's best, and also helps you with your confidence too, you know, because they're great for you. So yeah, I feel like that this particular person, they're a natural born leader as well. They have a vision of where they're going and what they're doing, and you know, they're sticking with that. So let's see what some of their initials can be too. We have M, B. I'm going to just pull a third one. And P. So N, B, and P, P, B, and M. And something interesting that was just coming up with them, I'm going to shuffle while I talk too, because I thought it was funny that the magic card came in. This is somebody who definitely has, you know, great intuition and uses the law of attraction to definitely materialize what they want in their life. I mean, they first put that focus and intention, but they're really smart and solid with the follow through and putting action behind it. We can wish for anything. We can wish to be one of the greatest authors in time, but unless we start writing on that paper, that is not going to come about, right? It's like we need to have that. So they're going to help you tap into all of this potential power you have for your gifts and new opportunities that are ready for you, you know, because you're on the precipice of victories and success every second of the day, but we have to put the action and the right thinking towards that, right? So your achievements are ready to blossom, and they're going to help you with that, because you see life more as a passionate adventure. And you know, when we do that, we take inspired action, right? We follow our impulses, we feel confident, we feel courageous, right? And we realize that yeah, look at that, our perspective changes when we're with the right person. And look at that perspective. Yeah, this person's perspective is very healthy for you, very helpful. Look at all these sixes. What do we got here? We got 4 and 6s. Yeah, they're planning long-term future with you. You right away, due to compatibility and this kind of synergy you have with them, see long-term planning with them, because you picture them, you know, as a father or mother of your children. You picture them as a solid companion, someone who's authentic and trustworthy, and all of that. You know, someone who makes good decisions, somebody who it's the long-term view with sustainable results in that, you know, where you kind of like, you see abundance and you see long-term family success with them, good productivity together, a good healthy practical routine with this individual, but taking rest too. This means that you don't get overkill of them right away. It's like one of those things I was just discussing with somebody today too, where oftentimes when you're in a new relationship, it feels so nice to be with them and your endorphins are going and you're chatting and all that. You don't want to wring every last bit of mystery out of that and just go for overkill in the first, you know, few days and week of that, where you tell them everything from the moment you were born to now. You know, it's a slow unraveling of boundaries and trust and all of that, because we don't want to rush the commitment before all the other things, the trust and the conversation and getting to know one another, you know, because I feel like they are a very generous soul, and, you know, they're very giving, and you know, they're highly adaptable, so you feel so great in the conversation. But this is saying rest, you know, take rest for yourself too, because oftentimes when we want to just go full hog and finish things, we work better in pauses, and when we're rested, we think better, we make better choices and all of that. So remember to do that, because yes, people want to be efficient. Yes, people want to be thought of and be a hard worker and be productive, but we have to be practical with our life. We need rest. Like, I was working this morning all through some reads and advising people, and I was on the phone and doing all this, and by like 3 or 4, I was kind of like burnt out, and I still wanted to go for a walk or spend time outside or do some other things, but I thought, you know what? You don't have to pack it all into one day. You can take a day where you just sleep when you need to sleep and finish your work when you need to finish your work, and be practical about it. Because sometimes when we set a weird blueprint for ourselves, we think we have to follow it just because we thought that thought. But again, a thought doesn't have to become an emotion or a feeling of disappointment because we didn't actually do it, right? We need this. And I feel like this person is going to be very restful and healthful for you too. And they have a lot of abundance about them. I feel like with this Wheel of Fortune, they have such a healthy perspective on life that they help your perspective. And due to that, it's like they have a good understanding and relationship with money and the energy of money, and they're very gracious and they're very generous, and it keeps flowing back to them because they see it as that. They see it as a tool, and they also have an accountancy of how they want to spend it. So when they ask the universe or they devise a monetary plan, I want to make this much money because of this, because I want I would love to add an addition to my house. I would love to have a new car. They allocate money where they know they want to go. So they attract it for that specific purpose. Like, they really understand it. You know, I want to educate myself further in this, whatever it is, and the universe loves a decision and it sends it your way when it works like this. And I feel like they're going to teach you about this, and you're going to have a lot of great collaborative efforts and a lot of learning with this person, implement a lot of healthy lifestyle steps to know how to prioritize, right? A lot of people, because we go on this mindless subconscious berserkoid like knee-jerk reaction, like I did this yesterday and it didn't kill me and it's a comfort zone, so I'm going to do it again. It's not a healthy aspect to do that. We have to do things in accordance with a priority. If you have to be at work, but you know, it's like one of those things where the treadmill, where there's no kind of spontaneity and joy, because you're always like, I did this and I didn't kill it. But our comfort zone is the death of our dreams. It really is, because our dreams are something out of our comfort zone. We haven't done, we haven't achieved, so we have to remember to get out of that. That's why, you know, I'm always an advocate for doing little things differently. Driving on the way you drive to work, how you eat your food, where you eat your food, how you have conversations, how you experience your day. It's, you know, all of those things. When you make these little tiny changes within them, you see little sparks and you get new ways of thinking. And, you know, it's like the dendrites in your mind that are those little bridges that go, you know, they start to wire together and fire together, to know that you're not unsafe because you do things differently. You're not unsafe because you try new foods, new shampoos, new things, new ways, because new begets new, right? And then that becomes habitual, to try things new and different and get a new perspective. And that's what this is all about. And they're going to help you really devise a healthy perspective on just trying all kinds of new things and having adventures and going new places. There are people that just vacation all the time at the same place. It's so bizarre. It's like, wouldn't you want to try something new and exciting? Like if you're always going skiing, wouldn't you want to try to go to the islands and see that, right? It's like rewarding yourself with new surprises in life, and that's going to be taking place for you. So beautiful energy, group 3. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you'd like to go to my Etsy store and check out my jewels, come join me on Instagram and get in on the contest. That's Sparkrest11. Everything else is down there if you want a private read. Thank you guys for all your instant feedback on all your private reads I've been doing, and your 5-star reviews over on Etsy. I really appreciate it, and it helps. It helps my algorithms and it helps my businesses, and I really appreciate it. You know, you guys are amazing. And your comments, I read every single comment, and eventually I get to hearting them and returning that, because I appreciate it. It shows me how my words and, you know, what I'm producing for you affects you, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. And it's an important to me, you know, how your journeys are going. And a lot of you guys have been with me for, you know, a long time now, and I get so happy to read that this is happening, or you've moved here, or you're doing that, and your new experiences. So thank you guys so much again. Love and light.